Test. 1, 2, 3.
Hello and welcome to NPR News. Today we're talking about the Turkish caramel crisis. They're out of caramel and they're really PO'd about it. Today we have our main correspondent, Sergeant Valerio Larson. He's here to talk to us about the political system in Turkey. Mr. Larson, you have the phone.
In Turkey there is just far too little caramel. The citizens are really upset. We're afraid they might revolt. Oh God, they're outside. Okay. Send help.
Okay.
Listen! We want justice!
Oh no, and they brought Bane with them. Bane's here.
Hello. Today I'm going to steal all of it. Shut up, other Bane. I'm the only Bane here.
You don't wear the mask.
Shut up. I do wear the mask.
All right, let's
It's
stop
time
this.
to help the revolution.
Let's stop this test and get on to the real business.
This is the cold open for the Bold of You to Say podcast,
Dear
starring me, greatest film student Alex Myers. Along with me is second greatest film student Gavin LeMade. Say hi, Gavin.
Hi.
And
all
along
I
with
got.
me is other film student Jared Milk. Say hello, Jared.
I noticed you didn't say greatest.
Yeah.
I
You got
feel-
something against
I feel
Jared, Alex?
insulted now.
Hey, Jared, you want to do a coup?
Yes,
Cool.
you know what? I
Oh
always
God,
do
they're forming a
coups.
coup.
Alex,
They're
you're
outside.
out of here. They're outside. Oh no.
They brought Bane with them.
You know what? I feel like Girl Scouts would have a better, PR campaign if they used Tom Hardy's Bane to get the point across.
Bold of You to Say.
Hello. These awful, slightly stale caramel crackers taste like crap, but they
Excuse me, crackers?
They're
No one cared who I
crackers.
was and how I started selling
Really
cookies.
cares? Well, I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Hello, I'm John Lennon. It turns out I didn't actually die. I got reincarnated as a dog, and I'm a dog.
Oh, it looks
Excuse-
like with us as a special guest for the pilot episode of Bold of You to Say, we have John Lennon.
I'm actually a dog now, but
I think the acid's really kicking in now.
yeah, probably. Anyway, Paul, he's always like off doing stuff, and he's like, hey, John, hey, I'm doing some stuff with Wings. Do you wanna help us out? And I'm always like, Paul, who cares? I'm John Lennon.
I'm John flippin' Lennon.
I'm John Truckin' Lennon.
I'm
Vladimir Trucking Lennon.
all right. This is the part of the show where I explain what the premise is for this little project. Each one of us has come in with a bold statement that we would like to share. It's something about anything from movies to music, maybe even a little bit of history. Movies about history, songs about history, history of songs and movies.
And history of history and how history is historic.
Yes. Each one of us has brought in a bold statement, and the others will respond with bold of you to say.
Bold of you to say. Sorry, I missed the mark.
All right. First up, Jared, would you like to share your bold statement?
No.
Bold of you to say.
Okay, that's the ending of our news.
That is bold of you to
I'm
say.
still deciding on one. You know what? We'll just do. Okay. I feel like Mr. Lucas, George Lucas of the Star Wars franchise, he ruined it. He was the reason it was bad for a while.
So you're saying it's not Jar Jar?
No, it's George.
It goes deeper than that. Who created Jar Jar?
The guy
Technically, George
that
Lucas.
decided to make the best episodes remastered and arguably worse.
George Lucas had a director's vision. It was a stupid vision at times. That's why he had other people there to check him. That's why the original trilogy was so great.
So amazing, yeah.
Yeah, the remastered, the special editions are just him without the voice saying, "Dude, that's stupid."
Yeah, I feel like though everyone hates the prequels and craps on them all the time, but I feel like they're not as bad as the special edition edits.
Yeah.
Because the prequels are horrible. Don't get me wrong; they're absolute garbage. But there's a scene in Episode 6 Special Edition where it zooms out of Jabba's palace and then pans over to a tiny little sand rodent that farts and then winks at the camera. And that's the scene.
Gosh.
That's
Wow.
where we go
Throughout history.
to the scene where Luke Skywalker just opens the door and like it's supposed to be a serious scene. The cutaway is from his palace, animal farting, and then Luke Skywalker opening the door.
Man.
Wait, so you're telling me that outside of your house, you do not have farting rodents that wink at the camera?
No, I don't. In
Why
my
would there be a camera
sand
outside your
temple-
house?
Dude, what else would the rodent wink at?
So Jared, there's only one stipulation I have about this. Do you maintain the opinion that Solo shot first?
Yeah,
No, sorry.
no, he did.
Yeah.
Like, I hate how that was one of the things that they do. They have a scene where, like, because you know, in the original one, Han Solo just straight up shoots Greedo in the face
Yeah.
because Greedo's
Yeah.
threatening to
It's not
kill him.
taking
He's
any
like, I'm
Greedo's
not gonna
BS.
do that.
It's-
I'm the cool character. This is what the cool guys do. We commit murder in bars.
Yeah, it's like
So-
it's a character beat for
Yeah.
Han Solo.
But like in the new one, they have Greedo shoot above his head slightly. That was the first edit.
It's
And
so
it looks
weird how
so
they move.
weird,
They
like-
move his head.
Yeah, no, that's the second edit they do, and it looks like Harrison Ford's neck just dislodges itself, and he just slides down like a snake to avoid the shot.
Okay,
He
it's
just,
like
he just like
terrifying.
dislodges his vertebrae. And just
You know-
Just his spine collapses
Ugh.
on itself, and he
That's
just
just great.
avoids getting shot in the head. But at what cost?
At what
Hey,
cost?
you played the Arkham games, right?
Yeah.
So you know how like sometimes when you like beat an enemy and they like go limp, sometimes the body like it like glitches a little.
Oh yeah, because of the ragdoll physics.
Yeah, they ragdoll and it like looks weird.
That's what
that-
happened.
That's
Yeah,
what
no,
that
that's
looks
what
like.
happened.
It looks like he
God.
ragdolled and his head just.
Let's not even talk though about that scene where they retroactively put in Jabba the Hutt and Boba Fett. Boba Fett looked good in that scene because he was the actor. Jabba the Hutt looked like garbage because
When,
they just.
when did they put in Jabba the
I
Hutt?
forget which edit it was. I think it was one of the first ones, but they put Jabba the Hutt in the scene where like it cuts instead of them going to the Millennium Falcon, Han Solo
Oh, is
goes
this-
first.
Is this?
Oh yeah, is it the
A New
CG
Hope?
one?
Yeah, this is
Ah,
a New Hope.
that's
It's one of
actually-
the,
He looks like a booger.
They
I
actually,
mean, just like
they actually superimposed
Oh my
that
gosh.
over a deleted scene, like from 1977.
Yeah.
I know,
And they
but-
had an actor playing Jabba the Hutt.
but except he was
But
like a
was back.
Viking.
That was back when he was like a guy that wore a vest.
Yeah, that was so.
He just looked like
bad-looking,
a
though.
Viking.
He
He
looked
looked like a
like-
space Viking, a spiking.
He just looked like a slightly overweight dude,
Ugh.
and then they turned him into a slug.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a better choice though, because like Star Wars is known for like its weird aliens at times. So I feel like having just it be a fat guy in a vest would just be like, oh, that's underwhelming. Jabba the Hutt, it's just a guy.
I think it should have been just the dude, just the like slightly overweight dude, but he still sounds like Jabba the Hutt. It's like, but it's just it's the mouth, the lips don't even match up with what he's saying.
It's like the old anime,
It's like
like
Rita Repulsa.
it's like the old Japanese movies where it's just like, I have come to steal your honor, and it's like the mouth keeps on moving because they're talking in Japanese in the original thing.
You can tell that he's like saying words, but all you hear is.
No, but another thing though, Boba Fett. Holy crap. He is. Everyone loves Boba
Oh, you're
Fett.
pressing all the wrong buttons there.
I love Boba Fett. He's one of my favorite characters, but he's also the most useless. Like,
That's true.
let's just talk about this. He was in all 3 movies, if you count the edit for the first one. And what does he do most of the time? He stands there and watches everyone else do their thing.
And then he has the greatest death.
Like
Oh,
there's
yeah.
there's this one scene. I actually like this scene from episode 5 that they edited in. It's Boba Fett starts just shooting down a corridor at Luke Skywalker before running away, because at least he's not just standing there doing nothing. But then, like, immediately following that scene, the next action scene he's in, his jetpack malfunctions, and also he misses a point-blank shot with a sniper rifle. Like, he's supposed to be the best bounty hunter in the galaxy, but he can't shoot a blind guy 2 feet away from him with his sniper rifle.
That sounds
And
like
let's not miss the fact that it's pretty much more dangerous to have a small jetpack on your back that has explosive materials in it.
It is a bad idea, yeah, but it looks cool, and when done right, it is a very effective idea.
I mean,
like,
but think about it. Just a sniper would have to be like, oh, he's just flying there. Okay, pew! Then he's
Yeah,
done.
yeah, yeah.
Hit
No,
the
no,
hit
no,
the
no.
jetpack.
Yeah, that
he's
would
50
kill you.
feet up. you're not gonna survive
But
that.
okay,
The
now
way that
let's
he
think of
dies
the other
is
Fett.
he gets poked in the jetpack with like
Yeah,
a
and it just
stick.
explodes, and
That
he
is
flies
what
into the mouth of a giant sand kraken.
Jeez, you had everything set up wrongly. Like, you, at least if you have a jetpack, you have to make sure there's at least some padding below you.
Can we
make
just
sure
talk
it's like
about
a snowy day.
how the great Boba Fett
was beaten by a blind guy.
intergalactic
Yeah.
badass
I hate that.
clone of a
Another.
of a great bounty hunter was taken out by a blind guy with a stick.
Yeah, no, it's just Harrison Ford got up and wanted to help, and he just can't see.
What's-
Now, I feel like, though, Robot Chicken had the best explanation as to why that happened. That's just he was drunk from celebrating his victory the whole time. Because, I mean, like, that's another thing. There's the whole span between episode 5 and 6, what was that, like 5 years?
Yeah,
Or
somewhere
something.
around that.
And, like, I just love the idea that Boba Fett finally catches his rival, gets the job done, and what does he do? He just stands around and parties the whole time. He's like, yeah, I did it. Woo.
Go Boba!
Go
Woo,
Boba.
Bobes! Okay,
Uh,
but, like, going, like, when Boba Fett's dad, the guy,
Django, yeah,
Django.
Django
Yeah,
Unchained.
like,
Django
why-
was a much better bounty hunter
No,
because
yeah.
he at least knew how to fight like people who were better than him at other forms
but
of
look-
combat.
Yeah.
But then he also just gets his head chopped off because he faces down Samuel L. Jackson.
It was a different time.
Let's look at the logic, though, behind him and his son. Like, he was just like, you know what? I want to have all the responsibilities of a kid without any of the fun of making it. You know? He's just like, I want to
So I'll just
wanna
make
have,
myself.
Okay, but
I'll
you-
just make it myself.
Do you think
Women
he
are
really-
irrelevant.
Do you think?
like-
Do you think
Let's
Jango
take it
Fett?
there. Let's see what people are going to like now about
It's like
Do you
that.
think
What was he
Jango
saying?
Fett was not slaying?
Oh
I
my
don't.
God.
Do you think clones have like?
No,
Because
okay.
they only have like a lifespan of like 30 odd years,
Yeah.
right? And that's like their prime. So that means when they're 15, that's like when they're ready to roll. You
Yeah.
know. But like going that fast,
They're
through
like- they're
puberty,
15
that
by the
must
time
be
they're, like, 3.
painful. I mean, it must be like, imagine like, you know, just growing pains, just general like, ow, my thigh hurts because my bones can't keep up with my muscles. You know.
It's a wonder they're not all heroin
Like,
addicts.
do you think the ages between like 14 and 15 is just non-stop pain?
Yeah.
Okay, look.
That's the trial by fire.
the
You make
trial
it
by
through
fire.
that, you're worthy.
It's already easy to like market like painkillers and drugs like that to like teenagers.
Like, look at the
imagine
clones.
a teenager that technically is like 4 and they're going through like intense growing pains just all at once. Imagine they would not be able to say no to just a little bit of heroin, and then you could get them hooked. You could hook the whole Republic army.
Let's look at the medical term for heroin, sir. It's actually called hydrocodone. Okay,
That sounds like a Marvel villain.
and even then, it doesn't even matter if
So
you're addicted
anyway,
to heroin.
That's how the
because-
Separatists should have tried to take down the clone army. Just get them all addicted to drugs.
Is that just like the opioid war, except it's just heroin instead?
But like, it
Yes.
doesn't matter if it's just clones because it's only going to go on for a max 30 years.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
For them
yeah,
at least.
no.
They're like, have you seen like not Jimmy, the guy, one of the guys in the Rolling Stones? I forget his name, but he was addicted to heroin for like 30 years, and then he finally kicked it.
Oh
And-
God, wasn't Macaulay Culkin addicted to heroin?
Dude, Macaulay Culkin
He went
has
from
gone through the
goblin
weirdest.
to a normal human being like that.
Yeah, and I was actually kind of.
I'm so proud of him. He
Guys.
kicked his habit, and now he's a normal-looking human.
Macaulay
He's no
Culkin.
longer goblin.
Macaulay Culkin for the next Boba Fett.
Macaulay Culkin
I would
should
like
play
that.
Gollum.
I'm home alone. Looks like I can.
Jetpack explodes.
Shit.
and dies.
He just sets up like an elaborate like, what is this? The things where it's like one step after the Rube Goldberg machines.
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
just like
yeah.
Boba
It's just-
Fett with like elaborate Rube Goldberg machines.
Just to kill
where it's
him.
just like, got you, Jedi! I was left home alone. That's how I know how to do this stuff. My parents decided work is more important than taking care of their one and only child. And why don't they like trust him either? They're like, he's like, Mom, I saw a guy walk into our neighbor's house and steal everything. And they're like, whatever, you dumb kid. Anyway.
You
Bulls-
dumb child.
You dumb child.
Bold statement. Macaulay Culkin, whatever his character was in Home Alone, better bounty hunter than Boba Fett.
Yeah.
I kind of disagree, but that's just because I read the books, and he actually is cool in the books.
I don't
and,
read.
And
The books are good. I like them.
Macaulay Culkin doesn't have a jetpack too. He doesn't have a jetpack. Doesn't have any like feasible weapons.
If you poke him in the back with the stick, he doesn't explode. He just has ow.
One of my
Yeah.
favorite things, though, about Boba Fett is that people like him so much, like all the different writers, because none of the extra universe stuff is all connected. It's all random bits.
Yeah.
There's like 5 different stories where he's actually a Jedi secretly. Like he's Force sensitive and he just knows this stuff. Like there's one of them. It was one of the ones where it's Han and Leia's kids. In one of them, Boba Fett trains them. Like Boba Fett teaches them the ways of the Jedi.
So wait, Han Solo and Leia's kids, they get trained by Boba Fett.
Yeah, in one of the comics. Not comics.
So wait, is Boba
novels.
Fett just
in the
like
expanded
is Boba
universe.
Fett just like, hey, about the time I sent you to that one gas
Yeah, no,
planet to get you
it's
frozen
so
carbonite?
weird. It's
Can I
so
train your kids now to like kill people? And he's like,
No. I think it was something
Let's
like Han
see.
Solo wanted to teach his kids the best way how to survive the galaxy, so he went to the only guy he
You
knew.
are more than
the
willing
guy
to
who
hand
died
me in.
twice.
You are more than willing to hand me into like the galaxy's most fearsome Sith Lord to
But-
be killed or frozen in his carbonite and then eventually killed. How about I just give my children to you to train?
No, he's like a different guy. Also, he's like a completely changed person. Like, oh hey, what's up,
Did he
Han,
find
my
Jesus?
friend?
Did he find Jesus?
It's been a while. I think that is something like he discovered the Force and he just became a monk.
Hashtag
It's so weird.
hashtag Jesus actually Jedi.
Speaking about like Boba Fett and Jango Fett and stuff, you've guys seen the Clone Wars animated cartoon, right?
Some of it.
A
Yeah.
little
Yeah.
bit, yeah.
Not the original, the CGI one.
Yeah.
You remember the Mandalorian guys from those, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Those guys got stuff done the first time you saw them, and then after that, it was just a downward hill of just mistake after mistake to the
Wait.
point where they had an actual military coup against themselves.
Are you talking about the one where it's like their civilization and then they're like, listen, violence is stupid. We'll fight you still, but like violence is not something we want to do. Are you talking about the ones who are like, we'll fight you just because we want what you have,
Both.
regardless?
Both. I love. Okay, another thing. The planet Mandalore. It has its own governing body. Would you like to know what the name of the governing
Can I
body
guess?
is? Yes.
Eat the poo poo.
No. The governing body of Mandalore is called the Mandalore of Mandalore. That is their
Bless
name.
you.
It's like saying ATM machine because M stands for machine, so you're saying ATM machine.
Yeah, I love it though. Like it's such a weird
Or like
stupid
DC
thing.
Comics.
Yeah,
DC stands for
Detective
Detective
Comics.
Detective Comics.
But,
Or
There is this entire like 5-part little episode series of that cartoon, like near the end of it, where Obi-Wan teams up with the Mandalorians who are staging a counter coup against the first coup, against the first guy who took over, and it's a.
there
I
comes a
love
point
it.
where like
Mandalorian Battle Royale.
There comes a point where
Basically.
Obi-Wan just has to
But,
say,
like-
okay, wait, where did this start and where does this end?
My favorite thing though is like the guy that's in charge is the Pre Vizsla guy. He's the bad guy Mandalorian from the first season or series part, and then the other guy that started in the coup. Can you take a guess who that guy is?
Obi-Wan. No.
No.
Barack Obama.
No, no, but
He's
it,
like,
it,
"Oh,
it
hey."
is that far out of left field. It's Darth Maul.
Oh
Darth
my
Maul.
God. Are
is
they?
there.
Can they just let Darth Maul die?
No, this is the first time they revived him. He's got robot legs. So, so Darth Maul is there, and he's leading these red Mandalorian guys, and it's so dumb. But
So
it's
the
great,
Republican ones.
basically. And then,
But when you say Republican,
Obi-Wan's girlfriend, the Duchess lady, the old Mandalore, Mandalore.
that gets
The one that
killed.
was overthrown. Yeah, she also. This is the
dies.
series where
It's
she
so
dies.
heartbreaking
remember?
too.
Yeah, she gets
Obi-Wan's-
shot like last second.
And then Obi-Wan becomes an edgy preteen
yeah,
and
we're like,
becomes Darth Obi-Waner.
no, actually, Obi-Wan just takes it like a train. He's like, well, I guess this is what happens now.
Well-
I mean, should have learned the first time. And then Obi-Wan, and then like Anakin's the one that just like he shouldn't have had a relationship.
Was Anakin ever like, hey, you know that girlfriend that died? How about you kill everyone?
No, that never happens for some odd
Listen.
reason. It seems like the easiest way to turn him to the dark side is just bring up his girlfriend that just gets shot at the very end of their escape. Oh yeah, speaking about that, the coup, the counter coup to the coup was led by a Mandalorian chick who was like a Pre Vizsla's right-hand man.
So she was like a chicken. 'Cause
She
she's
was-
a chick, right?
Yeah, but
It's like
it's so
chip, chip.
weird. Because, like, okay, you know how Vietnam soldiers, like, they put, like, little things on their helmets to differentiate them? Well, she had this owl on hers, just randomly. It, like, there's no context to it. But it basically confirms that owls existed during Star Wars times.
That's odd.
Interesting.
But I love this, though. Because then, like, she gets Obi-Wan's like, we need your help with our counter coup for the coup that's going on right now. We get that you don't like Pre Vizsla, but if he's out of power, then Darth Maul's in power. And Obi-Wan's like, I killed him, though.
I cut him in half when I was a Padawan.
This also is something that happens after he finds out he's alive still, too. Like, there's the first time Maul comes back, he just immediately tries to kill Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan's like, how are you alive? And then he leaves, and then it's like a pain inside the whole time. And he just always brings up, it's like, how is Maul still here? I cut him in half. He fell down a garbage chute into a planet's core. And yet he lives.
Once you go red, you never go back.
But, they have a fight. It's like Pre Vizsla versus Darth Maul and his Darth Maul counterpart guy. I forget his name. But it's like another guy who's like Darth Maul. He's got a double-bladed lightsaber. Mm-hmm. But that guy just dies. Like, the other guy just straight up is just brutalized. Pre Vizsla gets stabbed, and then Darth Maul takes the black lightsaber, because now he has two of them, and he needs to be cool.
Is it, wait, the black lightsaber, so is it like...
It's a lightsaber, but it's black.
It's emo.
Is it bigger?
No, it's just a normal... Oh my god. No, it's just...
I'm just curious!
It's such a weird thing, though, because you know how lightsabers are the column of light? This one has a shape to it, and an edge.
Yeah, it's like a blade.
Okay.
But it doesn't make any sense. Light can't do that.
Do you have... Never
Well, I
mind.
mean, they're
That
made of
almost went
plasma or something.
No, it's a lightsaber. They actually say...
No,
it uses
lightsabers are made of, like, plasma. Like, that's what the blade is. Or at least that's what it, like, would be.
Yeah, in real life it would be, but in, like, Star Wars, it's like...
Star Wars
it's
is like
crystal
crystals.
energy. Yeah.
Good feelings.
The only thing that's...
Maybe a little bit of LSD, too.
Another thing, though, that always got to me was people like, how are the laser guns have recoil? Like, they even established, though, that they shoot plasma.
Yeah, they shoot plasma.
Yeah. The blaster rifles shoot superheated rods of plasma at
Hold
their
on a
enemies.
second. Let's deconstruct that. You, like... Okay, so in space, shooting plasma makes sense because there's no gas for the energy from the plasma to escape into. But when you're on a planet, if you shoot plasma, one, it's gonna be brighter than the sun.
Well, yeah.
It's gonna camera flares, man. It's gonna be too bright. ISO will have to be shut down. But like the atmosphere too, like within like at least a 10-meter radius, everything will be just fried chicken. That's it. Like, everything will start on fire.
That's amazing. We need a scientific Star Wars.
Like, okay, not even that, but, like, the guns that shoot it would just explode. Like, they would just explode. It wouldn't, like, backfire. It would just be like, poof, that's it.
That'd make a
That's
great,
it.
And the
That'd
gun's gone.
That would make a great grenade, though.
Yeah, just throw the guns, guys.
Oh my god. Just...
No, just load it and just have, like, maybe they have, like, a timer on it like cameras do.
Just
They're
starts,
like,
like,
let's see
melting
here,
in their
5
hands.
seconds, that'll do. You know? But, like, no, I'm sorry. Just...
While we're on the topic of Stormtroopers, though, Episode 6 is my least favorite one because of how they just destroy Stormtroopers. Teddy bears are able to stop what is considered the most elite army in existence by throwing rocks and little primitive bows and arrows at them.
Okay, but there has to come a point in the little teddy bear's culture where they're like, hey, actually being cute will serve us substantially better than being, like, vicious killers. And they have, like, an honor society. I get that. But, like, the Norse, for instance, they went and they invaded and they were, like, tough guys. They were Vikings. And they invaded all of Europe. And then they realized, wait, if we just, like, act like normal tradespeople, we get a lot more sales instead of plundering. So there has to be a point where these, like, teddy bear people are like, hey, I snuggled with a girl over there. She gave me, like, a bunch of chicken. Like, a lot of chicken.
They eat people.
They
though.
eat people.
They do.
They ate stormtroopers.
Yeah, I bet you they
They don't
Disney-
even hide it. They have the helmets. Where did the heads go?
They made a nice bisque with
You
the
know,
brains.
I bet you Disney's gonna be like, no, they don't eat people. They just gave them to the rebels.
Gosh, they
like,
should have
there's
they-
so many just random
They should have a
things that they've
Silence of the Lambs in
retconned.
Star Wars, like plot thing where it's just like Hannibal Lecter just gets knocked out and he wakes up on like that planet and he's just like finds a little teddy bear that people there and he's like, take me to Atlanta, please. And then he just sees all these dead people, and he's like, "Do you guys have any livers?
How about some
Dude,
fava
it's like,
beans?
How about some fava beans?"
It's like Theodore. It's like Theodore Roosevelt said, "Speak softly and carry a big stick." The Ewoks speak incredibly softly, and their stick is huge. And
But,
they
is
kill
there like a
people
ratio?
and eat them with it.
So, is there like a ratio to soft voice to stick
Yeah.
largeness ratio?
Speaking about,
preferably 2.5 to 1.
Okay.
I just want to say, I like looking into like military things, like military vehicle designs and stuff like that. You know the ATSTs, the chicken walkers?
Sure, yeah.
They should not have been destroyed by just having 2 tree trunks smash into them. Like, if that is all the armor plating that they have, that it's able to literally just collapse on itself like that and kill anyone inside. You remember in episode 5 where the rebels couldn't take out the walkers because they had too much armor on them? Those should have been down like that. Like, you should be able to throw a rock and like throwing a stone into a paper mache sculpture of an ATST. It'll just go through and kill
I
whoever's
just had a
inside.
realization. If you wanted to take down one of those big walkers, if they're too heavy for these 4 spindly legs to like carry it, just land your ship on top of the thing and add weight to it until it collapses.
That's a good point.
Just like land your ship. They're just like, hey, you know these like giant camel things that we're fighting? Just land your ship on top of it. They can't even hit you if you're up there.
Speaking about using your ship as a weapon, I think even though it's the dumbest decision that they did in any movie, Episode 8 has one of my favorite scenes, and that's Admiral Purple Hair, I forget her name,
Oh,
just
her.
decides to shoot an entire ship straight through the First Order's command ship.
Feminist
And-
Mick, what's her name? Feminist Mick White Shame.
I don't like her because, like, Poe's he has a good point. Because she's like, there's a spy among us. I'm not telling anyone anything. Like, he's in charge of a squadron. He's one of the best pilots in the entire Resistance. But because Holo thinks there's a spy, she's not going to tell anyone in this already at the brink of collapsing Resistance.
Yeah, they're about to
that-
die, and for
yeah,
all they know,
that
she could be
their
the spy.
leader is unconscious. Their only hope is missing. Everyone else is like dying left and right. I think Poe's freak out on the bridge is completely justifiable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like that. She's like that one crappy parent where it's like, "No, you can't go out tonight." It's like, "Oh, why?" Because I said so.
Yeah, I did not like her. I was so happy when she just decided to make the best decision and just blow up a ship by shooting her ship into it.
Yeah, like when she's like, "I will stay behind and I will sacrifice myself."
Oh,
the
thanks.
the
You got us
reaction-
into this situation to begin with.
Poe's
The
just
reaction-
like, thank God.
That's called white knighting.
The-
It's when you like. It's when you're like, I caused this problem, but now I'm gonna be so valiant and fix it by causing more damage.
So
And it's just like,
To be fair,
okay.
though, like, the Resistance had a bunch of just crappy ships to begin with. I'm
That
sure
is
they
true.
can just buy another one
That
for,
is
the
like,
audience
down
reaction,
payment.
I'm sure, is supposed to be, "Oh no!"
They were cheering.
"Oh, she's gonna sacrifice herself. How heroic! Oh, this is so sad." I was just like, "Yeah, you should
I just
do
wanna
that.
say-
Do it."
Admiral Akbar died so she could get into power. That makes me upset.
Did he kill himself? He's just
No,
like,
no. They killed him off
I really
because
want her to be in
technically-
power.
I really want her to
no, like,
shoots plasma into his face. Within a 5-meter radius, like the entire ship blows up.
hi.
Hello,
See how
Mr.
close
Lord.
these guys are to you? See
Yeah.
how close?
Am I yelling too much?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. This
This is
our
our
guest.
special guest star, Mr. Mord. Say hello, Mr.
We're
Mord.
getting very animated.
That's okay.
Am I
it's a
being
good
too loud? I'm
talk.
sorry.
Yeah, we were yelling.
I'm going.
We're passionate about
Our
Star
special guest,
Wars.
Mr. Mord, has left, but he wishes you all the best.
But no, seriously though, Holo, worst admiral for anything. But while we're on the topic of Star Wars, worst things ever.
Were we ever not on the topic of Star Wars?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, we've been talking about Star Wars for half an hour.
Is that a problem though?
I
Star
feel
Wars
like-
is good.
I feel like we should move
I'm
on to
just
the next
being a
bold
stickler.
statement.
You
We
think
should,
so?
but I
Yeah.
just want to say though, what the heck is a Tarkin? And what's a Grand Moff? No, Tarkin was his name. No, what's a Grand Moff?
It's like it's a rank in the.
It's actually a position.
Yeah, it's a rank
Okay,
in the
okay,
military.
No, I mean like a
like in the Star Wars military.
a
They
fun position. for
They
baby
call
making.
him a military governor. Like, in the movie, why don't you just call him Governor Tarkin?
Because
like-
he's a Grand Moff.
What does that mean?
When I was a kid, I thought.
Do you
when they
think
said
he has
Grand
mothballs?
He's just
my
a giant moth.
Grand Moff. That's why he likes the Death Star so much. It has the big bright light on the inside.
You know the cookies
He's
that
just a
they you know the cookies that they brought us for the
Oh,
for
yeah?
Conte? Yeah, they're so great. They're just like Grandma used to make.
Oh my god. Alright, next statement. Who's got the
I
next
got it.
one?
I got it. I would make the claim that if Mario, the video game character, was actually a gangster rap artist, he would be one of the best gangster rap artists ever. When you think about it, all right, he's an Italian plumber. He's not making a bunch of money. Look at his clothes. You're like, just red and blue. That's not that expensive, I don't think, at least. And he kills without regard. He's just like, hey, there's just a Goomba in front of me. I know how to solve this. Just step on him.
Mario kills people without remorse.
Without
Mario
remorse.
kills people.
Guys, think about it. Have you ever seen? Guys, think about it. Have you ever seen Mario cry?
Another
God,
thing I
no.
want to say, though, is like, that wouldn't work because Mario has one of the worst voices ever.
I'm gonna kill you.
I'm not gonna kill you! I want you to make
He's in the-
rhymes with a voice like
He's
that.
in the mafia.
He's in the mafia.
He's in the Italian mafia.
He's just,
Oh,
but that's how he gets him. He starts out really innocent and like, oh, I'm Mario. I
Now,
step on turtles.
I do
And then he
wanna-
goes like, now where's my money?
I do want to piggyback on your statement, but I do agree that he is not really a plumber, but maybe he's actually an insurgent agent from another country here to take over.
What other country is there?
I don't know, but I mean,
There's-
like, let's look at it.
I mean,
Here we
Mushroom
have
Kingdom and Hyrule are
the
like in
Mushroom
the same world.
Kingdom is like on the verge of economic collapse because they're
Inflation.
only like everyone's gone.
Oh my god.
And there's a rising power of Bowser who's trying to bring in capitalistic ideas. I'm not saying that this is what really is going on, but Russia might have had a bit of involvement with Mario's sudden appearance in the Mushroom Kingdom. I'm just saying, isn't it
Russians
ironic
hacked the Mushroom Kingdom
that a
election.
man dressed in red who's Italian just shows up in a place that is inhabited by mushroom farmers and what is clearly not an Italian princess to take on a giant turtle monster who wants to take out the monarchy.
It's pretty much the military-industrial complex, right? So, like, Bowser... Okay, let's start from the beginning. Mushroom Kingdom...
From the
massive
beginning,
massive
there was
inflation.
nothing.
Mushroom Kingdom, massive inflation. They had these 3-inch thick, platelet gold coins that they use
That's
for currency.
another thing.
Okay.
Can we just
they
talk
have
about how the
those-
blocks are people?
Yeah.
Mario kills a lot of people.
Yeah, and they're not even like on the other side. They're
Like-
Mushroom Kingdom citizens that were turned into blocks.
He's just like, I need the power up.
He kills indiscriminately.
I want there to
Peach
be
is like Trump. She's just like, I need to build a wall. Turn them into blocks.
No, she's not Italian either. She's just, we need to build a wall.
She's like Michael Jackson. She's like, we need to build a wall.
Speaking about Michael Jackson, off topic a bit, but did you
A bit.
have you guys ever seen Men in Black 2?
Michael Jackson's an alien.
Yeah, he's in it, and he's also trying to be an agent, and I love that so much.
would you be surprised if Michael Jackson was actually an alien?
Like, my
be
favorite thing, though,
honest,
here is the story of how that happened. Michael Jackson really wanted to be in Men in Black.
He also
was like,
he also really wanted to be
I'll be
in a
your
Spider-Man
Agent
movie.
J.
Dude, he tried to buy the rights to Spider-Man so he
Just
could make a
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man movie.
Would he be Spider-Man?
Yeah. We almost got that.
Could you imagine
But then we
didn't
got
we
Tobey
get that?
the
Maguire.
upside down kiss?
I think he
scene?
tried to buy the rights.
He just
And, like,
pulls
the-
it up Fedora. Ow!
I think he tried to buy the movie rights in the 90s.
Oh my god, I wish that would have went through.
I want that alternate timeline.
You got Michael Jackson swinging through New York City, singing like freaking. What's a good song he'd be singing at
I'm
that
bad.
point?
Except
No,
not really.
no.
Because of Spider-Man.
Yes, he'd be singing bad as Spider.
He'd be singing The Way You Make Me Feel, but like to the spider.
Just leave me alone. Just leave me alone.
You know what's funny? Like, if you mess up the ratio of Spider to Man and Spider-Man, Spider-Man becomes, like, really weird. Because, like, he ends up being like, okay, I have pizza, I'm going to wrap it in my own excretions. And then put it in my web to consume on a later date.
That's why I like it when the web shooters are mechanical.
One of my
That's
favorite
true.
things I've read, there's a villain in Spider-Man called the Thousand. Would you like to know how he got his powers?
Can I guess?
Yes.
He's walking down the street and he saw an alpaca. And he's like, I really need mittens, so I'm gonna go cut off some fur. And he cut off some fur and made some string.
No,
And
that's Kraven the
Spider-Man
Hunter.
was like, that's me now, that's mine. And he took his string and then he was like, always like, Spider-Man, my hands are cold. And then he uses his frozen hands to make really impossibly hard punches.
No, the Thousand is a guy that discovered Peter Parker's secret that he was Spider-Man, got jealous.
Like Peter Parker's Spider-Man?
Oh my god.
Wait, what?
Got jealous, went back to the lab where Peter Parker got bit, found the dead spider, tried to make it bite him. It didn't work, so he ate it, and then his insides turned into thousands of sentient spiders.
Isn't
That's-
that Miles
Oh!
Morales?
No! God, no!
There is a scene where the guy... Like,
I would like to see that guy get his prostate
here's
checked.
the terrifying
he just,
part,
the
though.
doctor
Ah!
comes in and is, what do I feel?
Oh, I just imagine the doctor...
That's not a rectum.
Pulls his head out, there's a spider.
I just imagine him, like, putting it in,
No,
and then,
that's
like,
not what
just
you'd expect
spiders
to get on your
consume his
fingers.
body.
There's a part in the comic where the guy confronts Spider-Man at his apartment. Because this is when Peter Parker wasn't a multi-million-dollar corporate owner. He was actually a kid. And needed
Is
an
that what
apartment.
happens?
Yeah,
I
he
know.
becomes
And,
basically Jeff Bezos.
After the Doc Ock becomes Spider-Man for a while. He takes over Peter Parker's body. And he's like, I want to be Spider-Man now. And so he starts his own company. And it becomes a multi-million-dollar company. And Spider-Man's just overnight successful.
Yes.
That all goes away because after Peter Parker comes back in the new comics, the entire thing collapses economically, and he's in so much debt he has to sell the entire company, which is good. I like that because Peter Parker, Spider-Man, should be like the people's hero, not Tony Stark.
A hero of
But
a working
with-
man.
Yeah, he needs to be a communist.
No, why does he do that? I mean, he has a multi-million-dollar business. Go to the government and say, hey, I'm going down. Give me money. Give me taxpayer money so that I can help the economy, even though I'm not actually going to do that.
Well, because he hasn't bought any politicians.
Yeah.
He's not a good businessman.
Yeah, no,
The
Doc
first
Ock
thing that
just
you should
wanted
invest
Spider-Man
in
to
is
be
Congress.
successful
Yes.
because Doc Ock needed funding to make hundreds, if not thousands, of spider drones to patrol the city for him.
So
Wouldn't
he
that be
makes
like
the
a
company
huge
so
threat
he
to
has
national
funding
security?
for the spider drones.
Yeah, that's
just-
why Spider-Man has a company in the Superior Spider-Man. I want to talk about my favorite Spider-Man. His name is Spiders-Man. Would you like-
Spiders, man.
He's one of my favorite. He's a bad guy Spider-Man for the greatest reason also. What happens is, you know how it's the spider bites Peter and then Peter turns into Spider-Man?
No, I never heard about that one.
Well, it's opposite with this one. The
He
spider.
bites a spider?
No, the
He's-
spider
Come
still-
here, spider! Arr!
The spider still bites Peter.
And the
But
spider
then
becomes a
he
human.
dies because he's got a horrible allergic reaction to it. And then the spider gains sentience along with thousands of other spiders, and they feel really bad. So they also start thinking they're Peter Parker, and they become Spider-Man. They assume a form, which is just a costume made entirely out of thousands of spiders
Ugh.
that are just falling off
Ugh.
all
I
the
would
time.
love
All you
nothing
need is,
more
like, a gust
than
of
to
wind.
explore that further.
like-
I'd love nothing more than to explore that further, but we have to
no,
cut
You
this
guys,
short.
we actually have to go.
We have.
Yeah.
This is the end of part 1 of the pilot episode of Bold of You to Say. We will see you tomorrow, but for you it'll be like a second away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See you guys around.
Bye.
See ya. Love you all.
Hello, we are back. Only 2 weeks later. It's been like 2 weeks since we recorded the first half, right?
Thereabout, yeah.
Yeah. So, in that time, we've had some updates in our lives. I got Jared here, elected Snowcoming King at our school.
Oh, congrats, man! I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, were you not there when we,
I
Yeah, no, he wasn't there.
don't go to your school.
No. Mills had an announcement.
Yeah. Did you see the poster hanging on the cabinet for the cameras?
No, I did not.
Oh yeah,
Well, that
it's one of the
exists now.
campaign posters that I made for him.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, did I show you all the
Hey,
posters?
there he is. Nice.
I basically made him Snow Coming King through memes.
Basically
Awesome, dude.
Did, actually, yeah.
Yeah. He ran against like a bunch of popular people.
Hey,
And
you know
I
what?
was
Screw
the
them.
winner.
I remember I went to a prom for Central, and one of the I wouldn't say she wasn't popular, but she wasn't crazy popular, but she won, and it was awesome because everyone actually voted for her because they legitimately liked her,
Yeah.
and it was a really borderline spiritual moment because I was like, holy crap, I actually wanted this to happen, and now it happened. Your voice matters. There's no electoral college here at high school. The teachers don't just be like, hey, I don't like him, never mind.
I feel like the teachers played a part with mine, though. They all liked that way too much. Like, he's gonna win.
Yeah, the liaison officer, he loved the campaign that we put on.
It's
Nice.
great.
We gave him one of the posters that we made up.
It's no longer on his door, and it makes me sad.
He probably has it at his desk.
It's just in his car, the cop car, just on one of the windows.
All right, so we should get to our next bold statement.
I think
I'm gonna-
it's you.
Yeah,
now?
it's
Yeah.
mine.
Gotcha.
I got the ball. Gavin, we can save yours for the next episode.
Sounds good. I can do that.
All
Oh,
right.
his was the Mario one, right?
No,
I have a
he
new
has
one,
another one.
Because I'm ADD like that.
Yeah, we'll have that for the episode that we have Mord in
Show
for.
up. Yeah.
Yeah, next episode we're gonna have Mr. Mord before he leaves to be a stay-at-home dad.
Yeah. I'm happy that he's finding something.
Yeah,
not
good
that he's.
for him.
I'm not happy that he's
He's also
leaving.
gonna be making poetry.
Isn't his
videos.
daughter named Clementine? I think that's really adorable.
Something poetry and artsy.
Adorable.
I can imagine him doing that because he did. That's his daughter's name.
What a sweetheart of a man.
I know. Yeah, I was just about to say something bad there, but I can't because I'm being recorded and I won't be able to get to college if they record something bad about me.
Oh my god.
Well, now I'm curious.
Nah,
All right, we'll get to my bold statement. I would posit that out of any fictional character in a zombie apocalypse, the one that would do the best would be Miss Frizzle from the Magic School Bus.
Okay, why is that?
Well, basically, she's God.
No.
Okay, so most people, when they think of a zombie apocalypse, they think, oh, I'll drive away. The more advanced thinkers think, oh, I'll fly away. Miss Frizzle
Guys.
would get in her bus and go to Pluto.
Guys, I watch Rick and Morty. Only intelligent people can understand that.
God
To be
damn.
fair, it takes a very high IQ to understand the
Rick
Magic
and
School
Morty.
Bus.
That looks good.
You think so?
Yeah, it looks really good. I'm sorry, he's drawing a picture right now. It looks pretty alright.
I'm not a very good
I would
artist.
disagree though, because here's the thing. It's like there's a conversation I have with someone about the best way to survive an apocalypse. He says, get into a giant tower and just barricade all the entrances and stuff. Now, here's the problem with that. Food. What's she gonna do? Eat
man.
atoms?
That's what you do.
I don't think atoms have enough calories to keep the human body going.
It
Now
does
here's
if
what
it's
you
Jared.
do. You build up as much of a food supply as you can at
And
whatever
then-
your base is.
Just-
And then when the food supply runs thin, just eat the weakest one. Number 1, it solves the food crisis. Number 2, less overpopulation in the base.
Jesus Christ, Alex.
Just have babies and just when they come out, deep fry them.
Deep fry them.
It's like Planned Parenthood but delicious.
Kentucky
Should I?
fried.
Am I
Oh
allowed
my
to say
God.
that?
Kentucky fried Planned Parenthood.
It's like-
Is that
uh,
something I'm allowed to say?
It's like those
I'll
water
allow
birth
it.
I'm
things,
sorry.
except she's just sitting in a deep fryer.
deep fry your water bird.
Jeez.
Oh god.
Oh, that would hurt.
You know, the smell of burning skin is a horrible smell. I don't want to know what
Not
it smells
Ted
like
Bundy.
when fried. Oh my god.
Have you watched that Ted Bundy show on Netflix?
Bed Tundy.
No,
Ted Bundy.
I was at the hospital. I've been busy.
Oh, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm.
I mean, you don't have to
Probably.
disclose in front of the camera.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say what it
microphone.
was because I'm embarrassed by it.
Oh,
Alex knows because he took a guess.
Oh,
I'm not-
was that a right guess?
Yeah, no,
Oh, wow.
that's what
Nice.
happened. No, it wasn't nice. It was terrifying.
No, I'm saying it's nice that I got it right. I like being
Yeah.
right.
I remember one time I
Jesus.
had the flu, and
Oh.
I actually had diarrhea 12 times in a row, and then threw up twice.
Oh wow.
Anyway, I was so dehydrated that my hands started feeling tingly and my lips started feeling tingly, and I looked down at my hands and I figured out they were in fists, and I was like, oh, I'm not doing that. Like they were like legit, like completely cramped, like this. And I was like, I'm not doing this. I don't know what's going on with my body right now. Maybe I'm dying. So I told my dad, and he's like, drink water. And I drank water, and then I vomited.
Yeah, that's what
Ooh.
the doctors told me. They told me I'm not drinking enough water. Like, that's basically it. It's like,
You know who else drank water? Hitler.
Hitler drank water. Look
are
what
you
happened to
saying
him.
I'm Hitler?
Yes.
I'm not saying it. I'm
so
insinuating
rude.
it.
That's really good. Oh, is that the SCP?
No, it looks like him because I based it off of him. Again, I'm fixing a picture.
For the viewers at home, Jared is showing off his wonderful artwork.
I'm not showing off. I just wanted
I'm
to
sorry.
fix some of it.
Back to Miss Frizzle.
Yeah, back to the
So,
topic at hand.
she would go to. Oh, well, then that picks up the question: is it safer to be on Earth during a zombie apocalypse, or on a planet where literally like everything will kill you instantly?
I mean, Australia?
Here's the thing, though. Like, if you go to Australia, like to the most dangerous part of Australia, just drive out there, right?
That's just the middle
And
of
We're
you-
assuming that Australia
Strip
exists.
naked, and you walk out there for like maybe 10 minutes or so.
You're dead.
You're not gonna die. No, it's 10 minutes. You're gonna go out there. You're like, oh, it's really hot. Maybe you'll sweat a little bit because dang, it's all freaking Australia. You know, the
Even
freaking
the
Aussies are there,
plants in
and they're pretty hot too. Have you
Australia.
seen Australian people? They're like, they're jacked, and they're like, oh, I'm Australian. I'm like,
That's not a knife.
that's not a knife. This is a knife.
Are you jealous
Anyway,
of Australian
but if you go into the outback for 10 minutes and you just
I'm a
walk
little
out
bit
and then walk back to your car and drive home, you're gonna survive. If you do that on Pluto, if you go to Pluto and you're like, you know
Pluto
what, I want to go for a
has-
little stroll for 10 minutes out in this like negative 250 degree, no,
You don't
250
understand.
degrees Celsius.
You don't understand. Miss Frizzle has the power of science and education on her side.
Science and she has the power of Common Core education on her side.
Common Core and a magic
School bus. Wouldn't that be a danger to national security? Wouldn't at some
Yeah,
point?
why
I
are
don't
they
know.
detained?
Wouldn't the
But
CIA be
bus?
like, listen, okay, this magic school bus BS.
She can make people see sound waves. You don't think she has stuff to survive on Pluto?
I just want to say, didn't Arnold like
Die
in
multiple times.
space?
Hashtag
Probably.
Arnold is the actual
How
Kenny.
did they fix that?
Well, he's actually
I
Kenny.
knew
He's
I
like-
should have stayed home today.
Dies.
He's actually Kenny's.
Peter Parker in Infinity War.
Yeah.
Mr. Stark, I knew I should have stayed home today.
Turns out,
I want an episode like how they go inside the human body like 5 times.
Yeah.
Again, why do they do that? Like one field trip through someone else's organs wasn't enough, Miss Frizzle. You want to traumatize the kids a bit more?
Well,
I
they
feel like
wanna-
there's
they wanna
I feel like
see-
there's a joke to be made about going inside a human body.
Oh, shut up. But like, I want to see the episode where Arnold gets like dragged away by white blood cells and he's just ripped apart.
It's like the HJ, but it's white blood cells.
sounds like my
Yeah.
Friday night. It's like the SS. They're like, we
Bacteria.
noticed that you are not red blood cells.
Like Miss
Do you have
Frizzle's
your
like watching in
papers?
horror from the bus, like Arnold, no! And Arnold's like, I should have stayed home today.
I should have stayed at home today, Miss Frizzle.
Oh my god!
Dude, so many franchises, so many stories would be completely different if someone just decided to stay home. Star
Yeah.
Wars, what if Luke just decided to stay home?
He'd be dead.
Wait,
like don't
didn't
they just
they-
like walk in and just murder everyone? They like light them on fire or something.
Didn't Miss Frizzle go inside? Okay, hang
But
on.
they were looking
Let's
for
take
the
this into
droids,
context.
so-
She went into her bus. That sounds even worse. She went into her bus and then went inside one of her students. Because the student had the flu, and they were like, let's learn about
They were gonna,
Hashtag
they were gonna
me
learn
too.
about the flu and
Learn
also
about the
remove it. But like, yeah, no, Miss Frizzle has gone inside at least every single student's body at least once.
At
I mean,
least
I remember
once.
the one time they went inside a sandwich to learn about that, and then Arnold accidentally ate them.
I'm gonna take what you said and I'm gonna post it with no context.
With no context.
Dang it.
Hashtag-
Miss Frizzle has been
Oh,
inside
no.
all of her students.
Oh my god.
I already said hashtag me too. You don't have to whisper it.
I didn't whisper anything.
We're safe here.
No, we're not. Okay. No, we're not.
Miss Frizzle can't get us in our quarantine bunker.
Miss Frizzle.
Try and get us
She's
now,
like,
Miss
today,
Miss Frizzle."
students, we're learning how to get inside of a quarantine bunk.
It's time for a field trip.
Oh no, she's here. I knew I should have stayed home today.
Oh my gosh.
She's got a ray gun. Get down.
Beep, 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 the magic cool bus.
Climb aboard this living school bus.
Climb
Dude.
aboard this Do you think this school bus is like, listen, I don't want little kids inside of me. This
You
is
know,
weird.
can we just talk about this? There's a scene in the intro for that where the school bus like does a flip and like somersaults, like contorts itself and like spins around. Everyone inside is dead.
They open the door and like human smoothie just kind of pours out.
No, like seriously, like not even that. Like there's a scene in the intro where the bus like gets up and does like a loop-de-loop in itself and flies away. Like when you twist something like that and there's stuff inside, that stuff is like broken. All of those people's bones have been pulverized by the seats that are now constricting and like moving around in ways they're not supposed to.
Yeah, that's the one problem with the Magic School Bus.
It kills people.
That's the one issue that we have with
the
show.
driver's seat's perfectly fine, but if you're in any of the passenger seats, you're dead.
Everything else in the show is perfectly
Also,
realistic. That's the one
Where
unrealistic
does
part of the
School
show.
Bus begin and Living Creature start? And Living Creature end?
Have you ever
Like-
seen Have you seen that movie that came out a couple years ago, Monster Trucks?
Guys,
Oh my god, is it like
Oh my
that?
God.
With
It's like
a
that.
I
monster
just
for the
realized something,
engine?
guys.
What?
Magic School Bus happens in the same universe as Cars.
Does it?
Dude,
Oh my god.
probably.
Does Miss Frizzle just turn her students into cars? And today, class,
No,
we'll
it's
be
like
learning
the
about
middle ground
oil.
between like it's the middle ground between like when humans were making like really smart cars and like before
The Magic
cars,
School
the
Bus
events
was
of
the
cars
first
happened.
one.
I'm calling it now. The Magic School Bus will be invented by Elon Musk.
Oh.
Oh,
He's like,
God.
yeah. So I just wanted to improve.
We're gonna shoot it into
cars.
space.
We're gonna shoot in space. I can imagine Elon being
We
like,
made a sentient
you know what?
car.
We're gonna make a movie, but we need to shoot it on the moon. So let's just go to the moon. And they're like, Elon, we're better off doing what they did in 1969 and faking it. And him being like, I'm joking, by the way. They
yeah, I know. It's just
What, you believe in the moon?
you believe
Guys,
in
the moon is just a
believing
hologram.
things.
But okay, but like anyway, living in a zombie apocalypse.
Hey guys, what kind of cheese do you think the moon is made out of?
Oh, obviously
Mozzarella. Of course,
I mean,
mozzarella.
it's white, like mozzarella.
Excuse me,
I
it's
mean,
white.
American
Look at what
cheese.
you're saying, Jared.
American cheese
Okay,
is white. They dye it yellow.
No, it's oh.
Is it really?
Yeah, they dye it yellow to make it look more American, I guess. I think they should
What
dye it
about
red, white, and
yellow
blue.
looks American?
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I want cheese that just looks like someone was not healthy when they made it.
I want cheese that looks like it has
Never
yeast
mind.
infection.
I want cheese that looks like, well, I mean, that's just blue cheese.
Is it?
Yeah, like that's just moldy mold.
But like seriously though, if you're in a zombie apocalypse, at least you can go for a stroll for 10 minutes, and like yes, it's dangerous, but like you can go naked and still live on Earth. But if you do that on Pluto, like you're just dead.
Yeah,
Like,
Pluto's only source of liquids is
frozen.
a frozen pool of poison.
Yeah.
That's in the shape of a heart.
I think
It's
But Pluto's like God. It'll kill you on a whim,
It's
but
like-
it secretly loves you.
my favorite thing I ever read was that Pluto's heart wasn't always filled with poison. Scientists made it that way by denying it access to being a planet. She's not a planet, now Pluto's just this like poison-filled evil thing.
Before it was like green and lush, and there were trees and
But ever
Freaking
since
meadows.
losing its planet status, Pluto's become a
Pluto's-
it's just
poison-filled
it's,
wasteland.
it's a downward spiral.
Pluto has gone into alcoholism
I-
and
And Macaulay Culkin itself.
Macaulay Culkin itself.
Pluto got addicted to heroin.
This Justin
It's a
we found a ring
goblin.
system around Pluto that consists of wine and beer bottles.
Wine, beer bottles, and a lot of Home Alone.
That was a nice callback.
A lot of Home Alone
That is a
movies
nice
and like
callback.
weird messages to its
Oh.
old lovers about how he misses it.
Did Macaulay Culkin do that?
No, probably not.
I don't know. He was coked out a lot of times.
I love the John Mulaney bit about Home Alone 2. And
How can you get?
It's a-
no, that's a
it's a
serious
grid
question.
system.
How can you get lost in New York? Every street has a name. All you have to do is look at a map. There's like 100 maps also everywhere. Like
they
I
have,
haven't
like-
been in New York, but I've seen like tourist videos and stuff. When like a British person comes over or something, and they always go up to like this giant kiosk that's just this big map. It says, "You are here.
I think-
here's all
Everything
of the roads."
else.
I think the
Here's the
best
entirety of Manhattan Island.
I think the best character
Yeah.
in Home Alone 2 is Tim Curry's character. I forget his name, but he's the best character.
Yeah,
I like the hammer
The hammer.
that he used in that one trick.
Oh,
That one
yeah.
thing. That one. That was my favorite cameo.
You know, I love Tim Curry's like filmography though. He's gone from playing like a
Yeah, he played Frankenfurter
He played
and Pennywise.
a
I just
Frankenfurter. He played Frankenfurter from Rocky Horror.
I
Pennywise
can't
from It.
wrap my mind around those
He
two
played
people being
Satan.
the same guy.
He played Satan in the movie Legend. Like one of the most iconic images for like Satan in fictional. I guess
17 guys.
Oh, all right, we got 3 minutes.
You know, Frankenfurter. Tim Curry was in the. They
Broadway
remade.
play,
They remade Rocky Horror Picture Show. Yeah, I don't like it either.
I've
but
seen that.
but Tim Curry played the historian guy. The,
I like
narrator.
that. That's nice, but the thing is, they had a transgender person play Frankenfurter, who's a
Laverne Cox.
transvestite. The problem is, like, he wasn't a
I just don't think it's
transgender
something
person. He was a transvestite, which is like they dress up as women, but they're still dudes.
Hey, Alex,
Yeah.
So like that's the problem.
Can I
Like,
try on your shoe?
You want to try on
Try.
my
I want to
shoe?
try it on your shoe.
You want to try on my
If you
shoe?
guys don't know, Alex here is wearing some very fashionable Chelsea boots, which are the famously known as the boots that the Beatles wore. And I just asked him if I could
gosh.
try his boot on because.
It'll
speaking
probably
of the
be too
Beatles,
big.
how's Ringo doing?
How's Ringo doing? Have you guys seen his MS Paint paintings?
He makes MS Paint.
He makes
paintings?
look it up.
Hey, we
MS
have a caller calling in. Oh, look, it's John Lennon. John Lennon, you're on the phone.
Hey there. So, me and Yoko are painters sometimes.
Didn't
and
he die?
I got shot.
No,
yes,
he's right here.
Yes, I got shot 5 times in the back.
But
and
he's okay now.
I went, and then I did what Hitler did and fled to Venezuela. I'm joking. Well, it wasn't even Venezuela.
It was Argentina.
Argentina.
He's in Argentina right now. We
Even
have
if
him on the
he-
phone.
Hello.
That's Wario.
Hello.
Wario is Hitler. Wow.
Thank you.
Hitler actually did
But-
the voice of Wario.
No, like pull it up though. Like go to Safari and look up Ringo Starr MS Paint paintings. It's really funny
Yeah,
because it's really bad. Ringo Starr MS Paint.
I think that's,
So this is kind of over. Yeah.
yeah, we gotta go.
Excuse me.
Oops, sorry.
So we have
Go soon.
Tom Bot.
Special guest, Mr. Mord, in the
Hello,
house.
Mr. Ward. And
You guys,
this is
this
Miss
Mrs.
T.
T.
Hi, Mrs. T.
hello. Or as the Russians would say, "Hello, comrade."
What?
Or as the Italian.
Oh.
You like that one?
Oh wow, these
Thank you,
are
I'm Carol
beautiful.
What?
Guten Tag.
5D.
Isn't it great?
New
Like, look at
mirrorless.
that. Look at the. I feel blue.
Is Ringo okay?
So this mirrorless.
I wouldn't be surprised if his
Can you
like,
get the
brain-
door?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if his brain cells are so cooked that like by this point, like
All right, all that stuff with Mord is going in the extended cut.
All right, we gotta go soon.
So,
It's 11:19.
Yeah, these Ringo Starr paintings are just.
We'll record more tomorrow.
They're beautiful.
All
This
right.
has been the pilot episode of Bold of You to Say. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next episode.
stay around, guys.
Yeah,
And
we're gonna
if-
get Mr. Mord in as a guest for the whole episode, not just a little 2-minute cameo.
Yeah.
We're gonna light a
House on
bunch
fire.
of books on
Oh,
fire. Maybe a house too.
maybe a house.
I mean, if you didn't like the podcast, I mean, I don't judge you, but I
Yeah.
disrespect you.
I mean, it's a bit of an overreaction for setting your house on fire.
I don't know. I had my girlfriend listen to what we have so far.
Yeah, I mean,
and
I
she
actually
liked it. She
like,
liked it.
Yeah, like
Did you listen to it?
That's good.
I listened to a little bit of it on
She
Instagram.
knows not to
it was
insult the
like
king.
it was something that caught my
Alright, that's
attention.
the bell.
Definitely,
We
mostly
gotta
because I was hearing my own voice.
All right,
but
all right. We gotta stop
Thank you for shopping
recording
at
now.
CVS. Have a nice night.
This has been Bold of You to Say.
Night and have a good morning. All that stuff.
Really shocking.